Good afternoon, everyone. The title of my message today is Lamentations 5, A Prayer to Restore a Nation. Lamentations was written by the prophet Jeremiah, lamenting over the destruction of Judah, specifically the city of Jerusalem. So we're going to jump right into it. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Look and behold our reproach. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens, and our houses to foreigners. We have become orphans and waifs. Our mothers are like widows. We pay for the water we drink, and our wood comes at a price. They pursue at our heels. We labor and have no rest. We have given our hand to the Egyptians and the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers sinned and are no more, but we bear the iniquities. Servants rule over us. There is none to deliver us from their hand. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the wilderness. Our skin is hot as an oven because of the fever of famine. They ravished the women in Zion, the maidens in the cities of Judah. Princes were hung by their hands, and elders were not respected. Young men ground at the millstones. Boys staggered under the loads of wood. The elders have ceased gathering at the gate, and the young men from their music. The joy of our heart has ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. Because of this, our heart is faint. Because of these things, our eyes grow dim. Because of the Mount Zion, which is desolate, with foxes walking about on it. O Lord, remain forever, your throne from generation to generation. Why do you forget us forever and forsake us for so long a time? Turn us back to you, O Lord, and we will be restored. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and are very angry with us. During the American Revolution, the Continental Congress made 15 proclamations of prayer, fasting, and humiliation, or prayer and thanksgiving. Prayer and fasting and humiliation when things looked bleak, and prayer and thanksgiving when things were going well. And we need to learn the proper way to approach God to ask for mercy. Hint, it is not with big festivals with worship music. 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear them from heaven and I will forgive their sins and I will heal their land. Now we're going to go to the book of Jonah and look at how another nation repented when God was going to destroy them. Now, we all know about Jonah was in the belly of the fish and spit out on dry land, and he went to the city of Nineveh to tell people to repent. And so I will start in verse 4. And Jonah began to enter the city on the first day's walk. Then he cried out and said, yet 40 days and Nineveh shall be overthrown. So the people of Nineveh believed God, proclaimed a fast, put on sackcloth from the greatest to the least of them. Then the word came to the king of Nineveh, and he arose from his throne and laid aside his robe, covered himself with sackcloth, and sat in ashes. And he caused it to be proclaimed and published throughout Nineveh by decree of the king and his nobles, saying, "Let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink water. But let man and beast be covered with sackcloth and cry mightily to God. And let everyone turn from his evil way and from the violence that is in his hand. Who can tell if God will turn and relent and turn us away from his fierce anger so that we may not perish?" Then God saw their works and that they had turned from their evil way, and God relented from the disaster that he had said he would bring upon them, and he did not do it. Okay, now here is, by contrast, prayer and thanksgiving. And we're going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 6, verses 12 to 15. And this is when David was bringing the ark back into the city of Jerusalem. So we're going to start in verse 12. Now it was told King David, saying, "The Lord has blessed the house of Obed-Edom, and all that belongs to him because of the ark of God." So David went and brought up the ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David with gladness. And so it was, when those bearing the ark of the Lord had gone 6 paces, that he sacrificed oxen and fatted sheep. Then David danced before the Lord with all his might, and David was wearing a linen ephod. So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. Now, if we want God to have mercy on our nation, then we need to approach him in the right way. Now, just think about this. If, as a child, you had done something to where you were going to get a spanking when dad came home from work, would you be blasting your stereo? I'm just saying. I hope that this message was helpful. Thank you for listening, and God save the Republic.